berserk. So the thing is that I feel that no one cares for this case and my case, and they're giving me trouble more coming here. Things like a person like Zulmi and all, Salahuddin. If I don't talk to them, I get a very bad body pain. Like allow them and the water, very, very little here. Mostly, it goes fast, the pressure, then it's like, takes forever to wash hands. This is the way here, they say. So, I mean, it's really shocking to see. Now, I'm not feeling well, sorry. I shouldn't have. I think they're provoking me or getting me against. Like, well, I should leave Dr. Khalil Andani alone. Not even the thoughts. Watching feeling is there. So if there's any humanitarian person out there, at least a support, like I know. Someone I can trust. Not someone like a cult offer. If you have sympathies, okay, for Shias and all, you can keep that academically. Please be honest. Like, we don't want this, right? I was wondering whether I made a mistake too much against Dr. Khalil Andani. He's a great person. But the thing is that it shocked me that, there's this academic dishonesty existing also on that. So, like, we will be good. We can, you become an example. That's really good. But we should, he was just giving, he wasn't even giving his opinion, Dr. Khalil Andani. I don't know why I can't even explain properly. I'm not a public speaker. I came here for my case, like that. So, I don't know what it is. So that day, Zulmi came and said I should apply mousse things on my hair. And later on, he said I have a sheer phobia and all this. And before that, he said I'm psychopath. So, of course, we have some, we're scared of the sheikhs. I think that because in Islam, like, wouldn't you be if you were an apostate? You have your name out. Wouldn't you be scared of the sheikhs? And there are very strict punishments, we were told. I mean, I don't know, but what I was told, I haven't lived in Dubai my entire life. That if you criticize, this is a sheikh town, if you criticize the sheikhs or anything, you could get into trouble. We were not supposed to talk anything against. Say anything, but keep to your business. Over the phone discussing things like that. So can you blame me? At this time, coming and trying to divert that I have sheikh phobia. And all this. So this, I do, the thing is that, you see, I have every kind of phobia right now because of my health. It's not going and the other things on the internet, it's not helping me. But I had a nice dream about being with the sheikh and his wife, Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is financially helping me. So I'm so grateful for that. If my sheikh, I appeal to but I can't, you see, because this is against my country's laws to do this against Islam, right? And even my aunt was saying she's surprised over the phone 2, 3 years ago. She's surprised that they haven't put you in jail. 4 years ago, 3 years. Something like this some years ago. I got in touch, we spoke on the phone. So, sorry, it's like I have this feeling that someone's watching me. So I was told in Karachi, if you get text messages like this, keep it for the record. Now report, like my thought, what I was thinking about the principal's case, sister, how they should reconcile, all the time thinking like this. And so, brain bursting, whatever you call it, what's that? Brainstorming, sorry. And about the Fikri case. And I wished so much that she would reconcile with her sister. That moment, an unknown number came. From that unknown number, a message came. Let's see what this is. That, hello, all love, peace, blessings to you, inshallah. Okay, I'm 16. Thank you very much. I didn't put the thing of this live chat because, whatever the Muslims, however they may come, they have to engage and try to defend their religion. I would appreciate it if you would do it in a way. Hello, all love, peace, blessings to you, inshallah. Thank you. So may I know, are you a Shia? What is your interest here? See this rubbing and inshallah and all this. So this is what the Muslims do. They don't, you see, it's the love. Sorry, I'm 16. I don't know where you people are coming from. You're totally disregarding the Quran ayats. If you're a Shia, you're heavily concentrating on Hussein. And, Hussein loved humanity, saved humanity. But you have to see the religious point of view academically. You're not allowed. I've already, many times here, I've given the Quran ayats. Although I cannot give you my love because I don't believe in, like, I can say love in the sense that I care for humanity. So I believed a long time ago, if you love someone, then you need to, you give your whole life for that person. You live and die for that person. Right? And you see, you want to help out, you reach out. No matter what the religion, Christian lady, I loved my teacher. My grandmother said that she's a Christian, why do you love her? Right? So, this was in front of my eyes. She's a Christian. And you can't love apostates. Do you know I'm an ex-Shia, right, by now? So in Quran ayats, please look at, you've got to take the imamat with the Quran ayats, right? For peace, blessings, I don't think God curses those who are disbelievers and who fight against Islam. Fight them. Oppose Allah and the Messenger. This is a war. So I'm sorry you're not sticking to inshallah, meaning the Islam. Quran ayats. Now the changes may have come through imams later on, but how can you people ignore the Quran ayats, like the Muslims, Salahuddin brother, this sir, whoever he was. How can you ignore the Quran ayats? Thank you very much. Oh my God, all love. I mean, this is, if there was love, truly, I tell you, if we were love, we would be God knows where. True love heals completely. You see, there's it's even in our apostates in Islam. An apostate is called murtad, which means one who turns back from Islam. Another Oxford Islamic Studies online defines murtad as not just any kafir, non-believer, but a particularly heinous type. Heinous type. Oh God. So you're a different kind of a Muslim. So may I know, I'm interested and curious to know, what do you believe in? Are you Quran only? Shia? You said the last time to me that, do you realize, you said it in a nice manner, that why be rude against Imam Hussein? You do realize that you are being rude against Imam Hussein. You know, the sacrifice he did and all this. Please, can you elaborate? Can you explain to me which Islam you're coming from? So if justice is going to fail on the academic level, theoretical level, then what can we expect in reality here? Justice to fail. Like, we should give a voice to those. It was pretty shocking. Ismailis say they are right. Shia 12ers say they are right. God knows who's right. Sunnis say they are right. So, but there's a vast difference. Like, if you don't follow Imamat, there's a hadith here also. So, Sunnis, Shias, why should the Shia you? But I was. But they are. But they don't. We don't go unless we are invited to explain. In Umayyad books, as we call it, Islamic, let's just put it this way, not following, if you read Tejani, and then what you do is, online came, like the online was there whenever. Tejani books, then I was guided and all this, then you check it, check the references it's given you. Like, if you die not believing in an imam, in the imam of the time, or imam, let's see how Bukhari, Sahih, is this in Sahih Bukhari? What happens to you? You die a kafir. It's very strict here. if you die not believing in the Imam, that's, oh God. It's very strict. All your prayers that you've done as a Muslim, but you haven't followed your Imam. I didn't put Imam here, sorry. If you die not believing in the Imam, so Imamat is very important for some Muslims, like Shias. According, see here it is, Seroton. Oh God, online. Sorry, excuse me. Look at this. It's in the Sunni. Uh, You see, their Qibla's Imam Ali, the, everything will be gone if you don't believe in Imam Ali. Sunnis will die if you don't. Sunnis, please. So, being so outright means that I care. I've risked my life. I don't come here saying love to you all. I'm a Muslim, inshallah, mashallah, marhaba. That love is hypocritical. I send peace, blessings to you, mashallah, inshallah, marhaba. Have a great day. That kind of thing is hypocritical. For love, you have to risk your life. That care. I don't even say I love you. I say I care for you. I've risked my life here. In the UAE, this is where I'm from. And yes, very scared. So half of my days are like, oh my God, what's this? I don't know. Going out, I'm scared. Telepathically, like you're not ordered by the president of UAE that you should not take taxis. Oh God. No, it's for your safety. We are concerned. I mean, from the UAE president. Telepathic connection. Some union of the soul, some connection. So I have to go to the nearby grocery stores, not far away. Can't take I'm not well enough to take a bus. I don't have a metro nearby. Because, not only do they have to protect Islam, it is their responsibility, but it is the president, he made it his responsibility to protect me somehow. And I don't know, it's telepathically coming. What is this? So I had to, when I had to go a little far, when I needed a car, I had to call someone. So I'm very scared, please. They won't let me. I'm shaking here. When I heard about the Ismaili killing, 2 women in the Ismaili center, it was you can't trust anyone, right? The teacher was helping this Afghani man. Then I was like, no, I'll go. It's safe here. My brother said it's safe in the taxis. You can use the taxis here. Then it's like, see, now even I feel the sheikh is nodding his head. No. I don't know whether it's coming in my vision, right? Third eye thing, sixth sense. Okay. I don't know what this is. So they may be trying to save me also. You see the Shia Imam, sorry, not Imam, oh God, Imam Hassan Sayyid Mehdi al-Hakim was in Dubai, he was safe. If he was in Iraq, although the Sheikh of Dubai was, cared for Saddam Hussein, but you see here, they don't kill the Shias. Sayyid Mehdi al-Hakim used to come to Dubai and then was in Dubai. The moment he left Dubai, went to Africa, my father told me that he was martyred by the Ba'athist party, Saddam Hussein. His son is here, Sayyid Ali al-Hakim. So here we have tolerance, and we're not allowed to disturb people also. So sometimes, the way I have to see that I don't disturb the people. So, is this true that telepathy was going that the UAE Sheikh President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has ordered me not to use taxis. For my safety. So, I don't know. So I couldn't get up, like, no, it's okay. They made me text my brothers. So that when this, I had to go out just before the first, please send you, if you have a car, come and pick me up and take me. So there's, please, all that. So you see these kind of telepathies, they stop me here. They've stopped me. Yes, the Sheikh of UAE, the President of UAE, ordered me. I'm moving now. You see, this is what's happening. I don't know what this is. But yeah, not to use taxis for my safety. Right? Okay. Now, thank you so much. You see, religion is very dear to them, but still, Sheikh, I'm so great. I cannot tell you how I appreciate it. I feel appreciative. Words are not coming because there's a attack on me since last night. So, I thought, I keep sometimes lightly saying it, right? So, I want to save like Abu Dhabi, and because I can't work, I cannot help in their economy, all this. So I thought this, to save them, save all the people. Last time, what I was saying on my live stream, one of the live streams. Please let the love of God embrace, just surrender yourself to the love. Of course, that is the only thing in my life. It's been a long time. I used to say, God embrace me before you even. Thank you for the reminder. When I was in Karachi in St. Joseph's College, 1990s, I used to feel very tired, like chronic fatigued. You know the chronic fatigue syndrome? So, reading Western books and all this, it helped. So I was saying, God, embrace me, right? Please embrace me, God. But it's not you can't do this religiously in Shiaism also. And love is the only thing, the best thing, you're right. Surrender yourself to the love. Of course, the love that I've contemplated on love that when I was in London, because I didn't want to get attached to my principal. I wanted to give her her right. And so I felt I was attached to her and life was miserable without her. But I was like, if there's a lot I've written about love. Every poem is on love. Right? Love was the only thing we had in our family, my mother and I, between us, and brothers and sisters. even though my mother was not well. My father didn't divorce her because, love. And because love. Love was the only thing. Otherwise, people send their mothers to hospitals, a mental hospital or something. But we respected her wish. It was all love. My mother was not well, but we had love. Right? So you are telling me, sorry, love. Have you ever given your life for love? If I may ask you that. You are trying to show that I have. Please let the love of God embrace. Just surrender yourself to love. There are people my friends who would say, this is loneliness, this, that. Get over it, come out of it, don't think about it. People didn't understand. Misunderstood. I've lived my whole life for love and love alone. That's why I can't even work, perhaps. In a way that if I don't love my job, I can't work. If I don't love my work, I can't force myself. And I say, why? Let's suppose I was a lawyer and worked with a corporate firm. Now there are men there and women, all this mixed, right? But I don't love. Like, why shouldn't I spend my time with those I love, like my principal, instead of spending 7 hours, 10 hours? Like this lawyer I joined till night, they used to work with him. The whole night sometimes they used to be there. When a case is, going to come in court, the trial was coming close, right? What do you say? My English. So I would say, no, I cannot work in this because I don't love I love someone and I want to spend my days with her. But if she doesn't want to, then I can't force her. So I was miserable in hell. But what do you think about those people who get attached themselves to those they love? They get so attached they can't live without them. Do you think I've never tried to do this? Islamic way I've tried to surrender to God's will. There was one night, 2 nights, many nights, that I wanted to go to see my principal. I grounded myself and said, Tarpo, be restless, surrender. Don't go there. Because you have to respect her, She's not calling you. What is your problem here? This is not love. This is not love. And I surrender to the will of Allah. So, like Jesus Christ also said, when I was separated from Miss Tissa and didn't get the miracle of God to let go of her, once I just said, I was in her blocks actually. 1989, somewhere at church. I'd come from a Christmas mass or some Easter, I think it was New Year mass, and I said, Jesus' words. I don't remember them exactly now. Thy will be done. Oh God, take this cup of sufferance away from me. But not what I will, but what you will. See love with love's eyes, and you will see what you have never seen before. Feel love's hunger, and you would want to give it all your food, whereby starve yourself. But love will never make you starve, for it will fill you up for all the seasons that you live. I wrote this poem when I was in St. Michael's School. I don't remember the entire poem because I have it in my diary back in my residence country, Pakistan and city Karachi and home. I have made a Facebook page, The Spirit of Love. Don't kill the spirit of love. If we have nothing and we just have love, love should suffice. Like they say, God is sufficient for me, He's the best protector, the best provider, the best helper. Quran ayat. And when I used to say love is enough, yes. And now I learned from the Hindus that Radhe, Radhe, Sri Krishna and Radhe. You see, the Muslims would tell me, Miss Disa is not your husband. Why are you wasting your time on her? People have divorces. My father told me, don't cry over spilled milk. His friend, one of his friends in Pakistan, they had an office long time ago. That area. So he told me that his friend had a problem with his wife. Yet he couldn't let go and all this, but then he had to divorce her. They separated. It was difficult for him, but it had to happen. Sometimes 30 years together, 40 years together, husband and wife, divorce. It was very difficult for him. He told my father, like, I keep thinking, what went wrong? Something like that. Like I was thinking, I did some things wrong. We can reconcile, come together. Maybe if Miss Disa could help me. It's love. Everything bad, good, put aside. When love is on our side, Facebook posts you can see recently. And aren't we family, Miss Disa? So this movie came out, Captain Corelli's Mandolin. It kind of resonated, like what I had written for Miss Disa. Aren't we family? Where there's love, we can work it out. Even Robert Schuller then I found his book, I don't know, he must have written it in the 70s. But what I was saying resounded in I found in his book the same thing I was thinking. And when two believers love each other, who can be against this? What can be against it? Then I found a saying by D.H. Lawrence, I don't know, I can't find it now. True love has the greatest obstacles. True love, has the greatest obstacles. I guess because love cannot fail. Corinthians 13 also. And neither did I believe that love failed. Love fails. Love never fails. True love has the greatest obstacles. I can't find it now. I tried to. Uh, obstacles and many floods. There's a verse in the Bible also. Anyways, D.H. Lawrence or who? So I had to. Then God gave me a miracle in 1990. I let go of my every feeling. I just felt empty, and I felt I could go on without my teacher, who I loved, adored. No, it's not by D. Can't find it here. So yes, the best thing is to surrender to love. Someone wrote for me in my what do you call it? Autograph book. Autograph book. Time heals. Time is the best healer. And I, I inside I said, no, no. Love is the best healer. But there's a saying here that true love knows no obstacles. So Jesus Christ was crucified, they say. Of course, when love finds you worthy, it will. Of course, this is the best thing to do, is to love of God. Let the love of God embrace. Just surrender yourself to the love. Yes, that's best. But, love was supposed to, love never harms anyone. Love was supposed to save my mother, heal. And we had such a nature, I don't know what it was, like Miss Disa was a teacher, ex-teacher of my principal, Mrs. Munira Gulzar. My mother's favorite teacher was her student. I found out, she told me, in Government College for Women, Miss Hasina Moen. So I was like, Yadon ki barat nikli. So we should have had a reunion, like I would have called Miss Disa, Mrs. Munira Gulzar, Miss Hasina Moen. What a small world. But that never happened. यादों की बारात निकली है आज दिल के द्वारे. I would have had such a great get together. So it's very, very shocking for me. How could love fail? How could love fail to heal people? So then Celine Dion song, Call the Man He's Needed Here. Were you loving God at that time, or were you separate from Him? You see, this is the thing that a Shia aunt of mine was telling me, that you love Miss Disa and not God, and this is idol worshipping. You see, this is the problem with the Muslims. Were you loving God at that time, or were you separate from Him? You see, when I was loving Imam Hussein and the Sunnis were saying you worship, Shias worship Imam Hussein, I was like, is there a difference? Is there a difference? Can you love Allah? Were you loving Imam Hussein? or were you separate? When you were loving Imam Hussein, let me ask you this way. When you were loving Imam Hussein, were you separate from him, from God? Huh? Because you see, there's on the wall, the Christian in London, it was like God is love. God is love. So if you have this love in your heart for another, this is a blessing from God itself. You can't separate it. That were you loving? Now, I was loving Miss Dissa. I wasn't, it was like my aunt. She was like my grand aunt, right? At the age. I was like her, I wish she would have taken me as a niece, grand niece. Now, you see, the problem is, do you see the problem here? Were you loving God at that time, or were you separate from Him? That you were not loving Him. But without God, would there be love? It was pure love for Miss Desad, affectionate, pure affection, like we would say between boys, men and women. Platonic friendship. You know what platonic friendship is? Ask my male friends, they would tell you. If I told them we're friends, that's it. I meant it. Now you tell me, because you Shias, some of you, when Sunnis tell you that you worship Imam Hussein because you love him so much, it's worship. It's shirk. You see, you Shias also, some of you have brought this problem on us. And I realize that. By separating love from God, the love of humans is not the same as your love for God. Then you have the problem, then the Shias get a problem from the Sunnis. Karma follows. The Sunnis say this is shirk, what they are doing. This is madness and shirk. When we love Allah, we are moderately, like pray namaz, this, what Allah, but to go out and azadaris and, use matam and zanjeer and knives, and this is intense passion for Imam Hussein. But whenever someone else loves another person, even you Shias get up and say this is shirk. This is separate from love of God. You do a great injustice. So you get it from the Sunnis. Whereas I was trying to show the Sunnis that we don't do shirk by loving Imam Hussein and passion playing and all this. Excuse me. You do a great injustice. And if you Shias had the upper hand, you would do greater injustice, the same way as the Sunnis do. Robert Schuller said in his book, one of his books, if you have love in your heart and Jesus Christ in your life, you could be sure of one thing, no matter what the problem is. No matter what the problem is. So he didn't say, if you have love in your heart for Jesus Christ. He said, if you have love in your heart for someone else. Meaning, just love in your heart. But he said, Jesus Christ in your life. You can be sure of one thing, that no matter what the problem is, it can be solved. Something like this, to that effect. I don't remember his quote, sorry, verbatim, word by word. You see, God says here in the Quran ayat that no matter how much you give, love cannot come in your heart, affection cannot come. If you spend everything you have, you cannot bring affection. You see, never separate loving hearts. Always try to find a solution. Severing ties, relationships. Two loving hearts. Shias can do this, you know. And then you go for muta, you say, oh, it is a healthy thing for the husband if he's away from his wife and doesn't want to marry, but he has a problem. So the Muslims have so many problems, rare cases you can take in Surah Nisa. This is Surah Anfal ayat 63. If you had spent whatever is in the earth, all not you could have put affection between their hearts. You could not have put affection between their hearts, but Allah has put affection between them. Now tell me, are you going to ask me the same question again? Were you loving God at that time or were you separate from Him? Ask Miss Disa. The affection I had for her. My mother was like, you know, do you think in front of my mother on birthdays, cameras on me, I'm such a shy person? But whenever the camera came on, going to hug Miss Disa, kiss her, like, you know, we Iranis, we have this blood actually. My aunts would come after me to kiss me, I'd slip under their arms, hug me and kiss me. A lot of affection showing. The Iranis have this. But Miss Desai would give all that affection that I learned from my aunts, but used to escape them, and my mother, right? It was pure affection. Okay, now I have to take a break. Sorry. Let me see. Okay, M16. I don't know how to answer you. Maybe in a second stream. I'll take a break. Try to let's see, have something. And then in my next stream, I'll come back, continue to answer you. See if you also realize your mistakes by questioning people. Were you loving God at that time, or were you separate from Him? That's why the Sunnis say only love God, they love Imam Hussein so much, they do shirk. Okay? So, your question to yourself about loving Imam Hussein. Not that I didn't, but loving Christians, God, like Judy Hall has written a book on this, Hands Across Time. There are souls, twin souls, things like that. Now, if you love everyone, a Shia even, you have to choose one husband, right? If you're a woman. Now, Prophet Muhammad, you question me on this, whereas another ayat now comes to my mind, where he was marrying because God would not put this ayat like this. He was marrying because something like their good manners, like Miss Disa was teaching me, if you say good manners was attracting them, if this Hassan ajaba, right, is like Surah Ahzab was like pleasing to him. Tell me, it is not lawful for thee to marry more women after this. After what? Nor to change them for other wives, even though their beauty attract thee. Now, Shias have different tafsir about this beauty attracting him. But why would God put this part? Beauty, even if their beauty attract thee. Like that good man, and Safiya bint Huway, he made Muslim, then married her. Jawaria, Jewish women he married. And we say he married to help them because they became widows or their tribes were killed by the Muslim and him. Now tell me, Prophet Muhammad, even even though their beauty doesn't say, even though you might want to help these widows, help them. But it says, even though their beauty attract thee. A question has come up. Question, ask yourselves. It's not that even though you want to help the orphans, the captives, the war prisoners, women, captives of war, right? Doesn't say that. It says, even though their beauty attract thee. This thing should not have come in the way the Shias talk about Prophet Muhammad and take him. That he didn't even have a race with Aisha. They say, what is this, the Sunnis? The Umayyads have written against him. He was exclusively devoted to God. He pleased only God. He was only God conscious. So now why is God saying here, why did I find this ayat? And if in Allama Majlisi, the thing is that the three things attracted him: beauty, women, perfume. Interpolations, they say, have come in our Shia books. But there's an ayat here which says, even though their beauty attract thee. And this is not for the Sahabas, this is exclusively for Prophet Muhammad. Now the Shias can't cop, cop out of this. How do you say it? Get out of this. So can you ask question Prophet Muhammad in this? Were you loving God at that time, or were you separate from him? Was he loving God at this time? Even if the beauty attract thee. Whether the Shia say good manners and things like that. But not help, right? Helping the widows, the war captives, prisoners, slaves. So ask yourself. So you came here trying to trap me that you believe in love. You're connected. You're sending hello, all love, peace, blessings to you, inshallah. Please let the love of God embrace. Just surrender yourself to the love. And now you're saying to me, were you loving God at that time, or were you separate from Him? When I was loving Miss Disa, we were both loving God. She was a principalized lady, and I admired her for those qualities. She was trying to instill in me that even a Shia like my father could not. By her example, speak the truth. Don't make excuses. Imam Ali, when Aqil goes to him, you know what? She never favored me, I told her. In Karachi, American Miss Disa, the field day, no, on a field day, Mr. Horton was looking for Mr. Anthony. Who is a fast runner? Who is a fast runner? Asking Miss Disa in elementary, like students. So I was like, Miss Disa, I'm a fast runner, right? Because I had won some races, but once my hat just. So, anyways, she knew, but she just kept quiet. But, like, on the side, go on the side. No, she didn't say go on the side, but I realized that, oh my God, she's principalized like Imam Ali, that Aqil has come to him. And he takes he's not Uthman bin Affan to favor his family members' nepotism. Miss Disa didn't have that nepotism in her. Imam Ali took a hot rod and said, Aqil, look at this. You want me to give money to you? Your children are starving and you want Baitul Mal? But why not help those whose children are starving? So ask yourselves, right? Whether we were loving each other and separate from God. Everything Miss Disa did. In fact, it wasn't Jesus Christ. It was Imam Ali popping up. Horatius Bonar, in my autograph book, Noble Creed, she taught me. Such a principalized lady. I loved her for that, even though her ways were firm. I could trust in Miss Disa with closed eyes. So, you see, one day You Shias, you're still having problems. Like you've kept me on the trial. One day when the Sunnis get you, right? And question you, they say, why the Sunnis are questioning us? Wallah, they don't understand what this nonsense. Be True by Horatius Bonar. Thou must be true thyself. If thou the truth wouldst teach, thy soul must overflow. If thou another's soul wouldst reach, it needs the overflow of heart to give the lips full speech. Think truly, and thy thoughts shall the world's famine feed. Speak truly, and each word of thine shall be a fruitful seed. Live truly, and thy life shall be a great and noble creed. There are Shias out there saying, live like Ali and die like Hussein. But do they live like Ali? No. Then this is your last time, even shamelessly, like my father said. For the Shias, it will be a double, triple punishment. You see, if they don't follow their this thing properly, you have hawala, you love your business. Come on, Shias, you drink. My father, but he tells me that we are kacha Shias. He told me, my mother kacha, my father, like you don't believe in LL Bayt so much. So if that's the case of just believing, going to do ziyarat, and then wherever the chance you get, you go gambling in London. Sorry, I don't mean to bring out my father's bad habits. But on one thing you are stuck here. Were you loving God? This is what my father would say. You have mutas in Singapore because for 6 months you're in Singapore away from your wife. Your wife doesn't want to come and jeopardize her children's now schooling in Karachi American School. I tried to bring you Sunnis and Shias together. And what do I get here? Were you loving God? Again, the same thing. From the Shias, my father, my aunt. That aunt of mine, I mean, I don't want to bring out sins again and again. Shia aunt. Believe in my jinns. Otherwise, this. She used to fight curse children, other people's children at the drop of the hat. Shia aunt. When I became religious wearing hijab, Emirates Airline, you know, then my father with his friend, you get alcohol, right? You know what Rasulullah said? Those who even are with those, I was like, Daddy, because I tried my best here. The Facebook was out now, year 2000, about those who drink alcohol, those who even, who, I found a saying of Rasulullah at that time online. Those who, this from Shias, yeah? Those who sit with those who drink alcohol, those who sit company with those who. Now, you know where Imam Hussein, I was telling Christians, look at this in your Bible, and my own father is doing it. Such a funny thing, really. Those who sit with those who drink alcohol, but not all Shias. What happens? Is it a curse? Allah curses them. Prophet Muhammad saying, I had to send a text message to someone else. Should he sit with his colleagues at work when they are drinking alcohol? Staying with them even though they are not drinking alcohol yourself, drinking alcohol yourself is still a sin in itself. Islamqa.info. I'm slow. I mean, I think from Imams also, this is a Sunni website. But quickly, you can check the Sunni Shia website on this. Shia saying on Imams. I work for an American company. I'm the only Muslim. I'm forced to be on business trips or functions with people from my work who sometimes drink alcohol. Am I doing sin by being with them when I'm not drinking or doing anything against my my beliefs? If I don't participate in those functions, maybe I will jeopardize my job. Praise be to Allah. Allah has favored this ummah over other nations in many matters, chief among which is enjoining what is good and forbidding what is evil. Allah says, you, true believers in Islamic monotheism and real followers of Prophet Muhammad and his Sunnah, are the best of peoples ever raised up for mankind. You enjoin al-ma'ruf and forbid al-munkar, and you believe in Allah. Ali Imran verse 110. What you have to do, as you are only Muslims in your company, as you say, is to be proud of the teaching. Whoa, sorry. I thought it was the Quran ayat. What you have to do, as you are the only Muslims in your company, as you say, is to be proud of the teachings, increase your reward. Okay. Where's the Allah tells you? What you said and you do something else. You practice or you believe, take care of your own. So all these ayats, final verdict. Finally, we remind you of the words of Allah. So give up these evil things and those trips and sitting with those people. Seek the reward for that with your Lord. If this leads to your leaving your job, then you will have a great reward with Allah, and you will find goodness. I mean, Imams have said like there's a curse. Oh wait, let me say, Shiaism. Let me see. Sorry, I have these slips of tongue. No, not drinking alcohol. Effect of liquor, no. Just being with those on the table or with those who drink. 13, sin, drinking. No. Giving, if they are someone, Imam says, one who drinks as one who worships idols, and he comes suffer from involuntary jerkings. Praise be, this is from, you can't sit in Shia Islam. I can't find it right now, that hadith from the Imam, sorry. You can't sit with people. You're not a drinker. You can't sit with people or serve. If you're having parties and serving alcohol, you're Shia. Staying with them. So I can't find it, sorry, right now. I'm 16. So I don't know which Shia religion you come from or where you come from, sorry. Right? You ask yourselves, in loving Imam Hussein and passion playing and zanjeer and drawing blood and matam and God knows what, and you in Karachi, Pakistan, what we've seen, Indo-Pak. And there are exaggerations. And you'll say, oh, those Shias, they just, well, there are some exaggerations, why target us? It doesn't happen. We are Shias in UAE. We're not allowed to take any julus out on the roads. We are moderate Shias. But, some of our Shias, sorry, this happens a lot in Indo-Pakistan. But we are good. And you will come here questioning me? Go to Indo-Pak and correct those Shias. Save them. Every little thing I do, you come here and target me. I've seen you Shias doing this. Or in Oman, we're not allowed. We're good Shias. We're so moderate. Okay, thank you very much. I will continue later.